Mr. Justice Tarlok Singh Chauhan, Justice High Court of Jharkhand, Madam Amandeep Kaur Chauhan, His Lordship's daughters Miss Tarana Chauhan and Miss Amanat Chauhan, and Sri Gurdev Singh, father-in-law of His Lordship, Sri Charandeep Singh Bindra, brother-in-law of His Lordship, Mrs. Manmeet Bindra, sister-in-law of His Lordship, sister and brother judges, Sri Rajiv Ranjan, Learned Advocate General, Sri Prashant Pallav, Learned Additional Solicitor General, Mr. Ritu Kumar, President, Advocate Association, Sri Rajendra Krishna, Chairman, Jharkhand State Bar Council, Learned Senior Advocates, Learned Members of the Bar, Learned Registrar General and Members of Registry, ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon. It is with a deep sense of reverence, gratitude, and restrained emotion that I speak today on an occasion which is both solemn and celebratory. The farewell to Honorable Mr. Justice Tarlok Singh Chauhan, Chief Justice of High Court of Jharkhand, upon his demitting the office. A farewell, particularly in judicial life, is never merely an ending. It is a pause, one that invites reflection on the journey of a judge who has not only interpreted the law but has lived it, enriched it, and strengthened the institution through quiet resolve, constitutional fidelity, and intellectual rigor. Honorable the Chief Justice's judicial journey stand as a testament to the highest tradition of the Indian judiciary from the early days of his elevation to the bench. Through years of service across jurisdictions and finally as the Chief Justice of this court, his career has been marked by unwavering independence, meticulous legal reasoning, institutional discipline, and deep sensitivity to human consequences of judicial decisions. Born on 9/1/1964 in Tehsil Rohru in the picturesque state of Himachal Pradesh, his lordship did his schooling from Bishop Cotton School, Simla, and graduated with honors from DAV College, Chandigarh, and thereafter obtained degree in law from Punjab University, Chandigarh. Enrolled as an advocate with the Bar Council of Himachal Pradesh in 1989, he started practice in Himachal Pradesh in all branches of law before he was elevated as a judge of the Himachal Pradesh High Court in February 2014. And since then, he has become one of the most respected names in the judicial circles, both within and beyond the state. His Lordship has always embodied the classical judicial philosophy that law is not an abstraction but a living instrument meant to serve justice in real lives. He assumed office at a time when the judiciary across the nation was navigating complex challenges, mounting areas, evolving constitutional questions, technological transition, and rising public expectations. His response was calm, methodical, and principled. Under his leadership, the judicial administration was strengthened with transparent roster management, case flow management received renewed focus, infrastructure development and digitization were pursued with balance, and above all, judicial discipline and collegiality flourished. He led, he led not thorough assertion, but through example and attribute that all that commands not compliance but respect. Throughout his distinguished career as a judge, his Lordship has delivered numerous landmark judgments on various jurisdictions, leaving an indelible impact on Indian legal landscape, which have immensely contributed towards the growth of procedural and substantive law. Honorable the Chief Justice's tenure at the High Court of Jharkhand is marked by several authoritative and reported pronouncements. His Lordship has consistently delivered judgments that have upheld the rights of individuals, protected the interest of the marginalized, and promoted social justice. In court on its own motion versus State of Jharkhand and others, in a PIL concerning the deterioration of water bodies like Ranchi Lake, Bada Talab, the High Court under his Lordship's ordered officials, including secretaries and municipal authorities, to remove encroachments from the catchment area and convert them into no-entry zones to protect water resources and prevent environmental harm. In a PIL, Syamanand Pandey versus State of Jharkhand and others, WPPIL number 5169 of 2023 against the illegal bovine meat sales and unregulated butcher shops, the High Court, in a bench led by Honorable the Chief Justice, directed the DGP and Food Commissioner to file affidavits detailing action taken, reflecting judicial efforts to enforce food safety laws. Recently, the division bench of this court, led by Honorable the Chief Justice in the case of Messrs. Pali Hill Breweries Private Limited versus State of Jharkhand and others, WPT number 23 228 of 2021 has struck have also made significant contributions to social justice, transparency in governance, and environmental protection. In a widely appreciated ruling in the case of Kund Las Loh Udyog versus State of Himachal Pradesh, His Lordship struck down certain clauses of the Himachal Pradesh industrial policy, which had effectively denied promised incentives to the industries. The judgment invoked the doctrine of promissory estoppel, reminding the state that governance must be accountable and consistent, that governments too are bound by their word. This ruling has had far-reaching implications in reinforcing faith in the policy integrity for investors and industrialists. In the case of Kesoram and others versus State of Himachal Pradesh and others, CWP number 149 of 2025, while appreciating the issue of land acquisition, His Lordship has held that the state cannot treat all landowners the same, as doing so denies poor landowners in rural areas fair compensation, which defeats the main objective of the right to fair compensation and transparency in land acquisition, rehabilitation, and resettlement Act number 2013. But the Lordship's contribution goes beyond the courtroom. His enduring contribution to the juvenile justice reform and technology enabled court administration spans both at Simla and at the High Court of Jharkhand. While serving at the High Court of Himachal Pradesh at Simla, his Lordship was deeply associated with initiatives aimed at strengthening the working of juvenile justice boards and child welfare committees, ensuring strict adherence to the principle of rehabilitation, child-friendly procedures, and statutory safeguards under the Juvenile Justice Care and Protection of Children Act. These concerns traveled with him to Jharkhand, where, as Chief Justice, he continued to accord high priority to juvenile justice administration by monitoring compliance, sensitizing judicial officers, and reinforcing institutional mechanisms for protection of children's rights. In the domain of judicial technology, His Lordship actively contributed to the objectives of e-courts committee, both at Simla and Jharkhand, championing the effective adoption of digitization, virtual hearings, e-filing, case information systems, and technological capacity building of the judiciary. His consistent approach at both places reflected a clear vision that the justice delivery system must remain accessible, human, and technologically progressive without compromising procedural fairness or constitutional values. We have all witnessed firsthand your Lordship's keen intellect, your clarity in interpreting the law, and your unwavering dedication to upholding constitutional values. But beyond the courtroom, what has truly endeared you to all of us is your humility, your accessibility, and the quiet strength with which you carried the mantle of responsibility. Having had the privilege of sharing the bench with Honorable the Chief Justice, I can say without hesitation that His Lordship's relationship with his brother judges has always been marked by mutual respect, openness of mind, and exemplary collegiality. In conferences, on the bench, and in administrative deliberations, His Lordships consistently encouraged free and frank exchange of views, respecting differing perspectives while guiding discussions with the quiet authority and constitutional clarity. His leadership never overshadowed individuality. Rather, It fostered confidence and harmony within the court. Such leadership not only enhances judicial decision making but leaves behind a culture of trust and cooperation that endures beyond tenure. A special mention must also be made of the historic manner in which the Honorable the Chief Justice led the Silver Jubilee celebration of the High Court of Jharkhand, an event that will remain etched in the institutional memory of this court. Under his able and visionary leadership, the celebrations were conducted with exceptional dignity and meticulous planning, reflecting the statute of institution. The occasion was graced by the presence of honorable judges of the Supreme Court of India, chief justices of various high courts, and several former chief justices and judges of the High Court of Jharkhand, making it a rare and momentous judicial congregation. During these celebrations, the foundation stone for a new Birsa Munda auditorium was laid, symbolizing investment in court's future, and a judicial museum was inaugurated, preserving the rich legacy and evolution of the judiciary in this state. In addition thereto, for the first time, the Jharkhand High Court has come out with its own logo, which was also inaugurated in the aforesaid function. These initiatives not only honored the past but also demonstrated Honorable the Chief Justice's commitment to strengthening the institutional identity and heritage of the High Court of Jharkhand. Under the Lordship's visionary leadership, Crèche Daycare Center within the High Court premises has been established in order to provide a safe, nurturing, and stimulating environment for children, thereby enabling parents working in the High Court to perform their professional duties with peace of mind. Further, the common room for female advocates and senior advocate lounge has also been made under his Lordship's leadership. Taking into consideration the well-being of the minor girl, his Lordship inspected Prem Asray, a home for minor girls in Ranchi, and has instructed the district child protection officer to act with the compassion and avoid delays in restoration processes. And further, the secretary DALSA has been directed to form a team of female officers to interact individually with each girl and ensure necessary follow-up action. As Chief Justice, he encouraged dialogue, nurtured younger judges, and maintained the dignity of the office with quiet grace. No judge's legacy is complete without the respect of bar, and his lordship enjoys that respect in abundance. Members of the bar have found in him patience in hearing, courtesy in court conduct, firmness without discourtesy, and appreciation for preparation and candor. His courtroom was a place where the advocacy was valued, not hurried, a quality increasingly precious in our times. While today we honor the judge, we must also acknowledge the human being. His Lordship has carried the burden of judicial office with dignity, balance, and humility. His courtesy to staff, concern for registry officers, and warmth in personal interactions reveal a character rooted in kindness and respect. Behind the formidable intellect stands a person of simplicity, discipline, and moral clarity. Honorable the Chief Justice, your tenure here has been marked by dignity, discipline, and a deep commitment to justice. You have led this institution not only with the wisdom and clarity, but also with compassion and a vision for the future. Honorable the Chief Justice, institution endure not merely thorough buildings or statistics, but through values transmitted by leadership. By that measure, your legacy in the High Court of Jharkhand will remain inducing. While concluding my word, I would like to say that the Honorable the Chief Justice will forever be remembered for his eminence and excellence as a judge of this court. He shall be in our hearts as a member of our family. I assure that even in the midst of his new inning, he would always be eager to lend his helping hand whenever this institution requires his services. On behalf of the entire legal fraternity of this court, we express our heartfelt gratitude for your guidance, your leadership, and your immense contribution to the judiciary. You carry with you our best wishes, our admiration, and our respect. You leave behind a strengthened institutional conventions, enriched jurisprudence, and a culture of measured principled adjudication. These are legacies that do not retire. On behalf of my brother and sister judges and the entire judicial fraternity, I express our deepest gratitude for your distinguished service as you step into a new phase of life, freed from daily judicial responsibilities. We hope and trust that your wisdom will continue to guide, inspire, and illuminate the path of justice in ways beyond the courtroom. May your superannuation be filled with good health, peace, intellectual fulfillment, and the satisfaction of having served with the Constitution with honor. Honorable the Chief Justice, you leave office today, but your contribution will remain firmly etched in the institutional memory of this court. I wish you every happiness in years ahead. Thank you.
Now may I request Mrs. Ritu Kumar, President Advocate Association, to commence her address.
My lord, my lords, Honorable the Chief Justice, Mr. Justice Shri Tarlok Singh Chauhan, Mrs. Amandeep Kaur Chauhan, his two lovely daughters, namely Miss Tarana and Miss Amanat, his family members and friends, and other companion honorable judges of the High Court of Jharkhand at Ranchi, learned Advocate General, Standing Council, State of Jharkhand, the learned Chairman, Jharkhand State Bar Council, Additional Solicitor General, Central Government, learned senior advocates, members of the registry, all learned members of the Advocate Association, and everyone present here. Today, with a profound sense of respect, gratitude, and emotion, we assemble to bid farewell to Honorable Mr. Justice Tarlok Singh Chauhan, the Honorable Chief Justice of the High Court of Jharkhand. As he superannuates after an illustrious and exemplary judicial career spanning more than 3 decades. Born on 9 January 1964 in Tehsil Rohru, his lordships completed his entire schooling from Bishop Cotton School, Shimla, graduated with honors from DAV College, Chandigarh, and thereafter obtained a degree of law from Punjab University, Chandigarh. In the year 1989, his lordship was enrolled as an advocate with the Bar Council of Himachal Pradesh and joined the chamber of late Lala Chabil Das Advocate, where he imbibed the finest traditions of the bar. Prior to elevation, his lordship served as standing counsel cum legal advisor to the Himachal Pradesh State Electricity Board Limited and Himachal Pradesh State Civil Supplies Corporation. As a member of bar, his lordship was deeply committed to social justice and legal aid. He remained actively associated with legal aid programs and was appointed as amicus curiae in several matters of immense public importance. These included cases relating to violations of environmental laws by hydel projects and ropeways, ban on plastic tobacco products, and implementation of solid waste management projects, and framing of road construction policy in Himachal Pradesh. His lordship was elevated as an additional judge of the High Court of Himachal Pradesh on 23rd February 2014. Thereafter, his lordship took oath as a permanent judge on 30th November 2014. His lordship served as the chairperson of the Juvenile Justice Committee, High Court of Himachal Pradesh from 5/5/2014 to 7/8/2023. During this extensive tenure, his lordship undertook transformative initiatives for the welfare of children residing in Bal and Balika ashrams, inmates of mental health and rehabilitation hospitals, and residents of old age homes across Himachal Pradesh. Notably, his lordship was among the 3 High Court judges from India to participate in the International Learning Exchange Program in Romania in May 2019. As the head of Computer and E-Courts Committee of the High Court of Himachal Pradesh, his lordship superheaded extensive digitization initiatives. With an extraordinary record of judicial productivity, his lordship has disposed of more than 73,000 cases, delivering several landmark judgments characterized by clarity, balance, and constitutional fidelity. On 14 July 2025, His Lordship was appointed as the Chief Justice of High Court of Jharkhand and took oath on 23rd July 2025. Though His Lordship's tenure in Jharkhand has been brief, but it has been impactful. The bars shall ever remain grateful to Your Lordship for the lasting and thoughtful contributions made towards the welfare of its members. Under Your Lordship's leadership, long-felt needs of a bar were addressed. The establishment of a crèche, a dedicated launch for senior advocates with washroom facilities, and a separate launch for the lady advocates with washroom facilities has greatly enhanced not only convenience but also dignity and inclusivity within the High Court premises. Equally noteworthy is the roster framed by Your Lordship, which kept the bar always on its toes and professionally engaged. Cases were listed in a regular, systematic, and transparent manner, ensuring efficient utilization of court time and instilling a renewed sense of discipline and preparedness among the advocates. Your Lordship contribution to the grand celebration of the Silver Jubilee, the 25th of anniversary of Jharkhand High Court, deserves a special mention. The event was not merely a celebration of time, but a celebration of the institutional journey, its constitutional values, and its future aspirations. Under Your Lordship's guidance, the occasion was commemorative with grace, vision, and institutional pride, leaving behind memories that will remain etched in the history of this court. On behalf of the bar and all stakeholders of the justice delivery system, we express our deepest gratitude to Honorable the Chief Justice for his invaluable service to the judiciary and the nation. We wish His Lordship robust health, peace, and fulfillment in the years to come. May His Lordship's legacy continue to inspire generations of judges, lawyers, and citizens alike. And Your Lordship part with us today. We pause for a moment and fondly cherish and memories throughout the timeless words of Robert Burns. We too who have paddled in the stream from mornings until night, the seas between us roared and swelled since the days of old odd long sign. For odd long sign, my dear, for odd long sign. We will drink a cup of kindness, yet for the sake of odd long sign. With utmost respect, Your Lordship.
Now I request Sri Rajendra Krishna, Chairman, Jharkhand State Bar Council, to commence his address.
Honorable Mr. Justice Tarlok Singh Chauhan, Chief Justice of Jharkhand High Court, Honorable companion judges of Jharkhand High Court, respected, in fact I say most respected spouses of Honorable Chief Justice and all honorable judges sitting in this august gathering, the respected relatives and the respected friends of my lords the Chief Justice, and none other than the beautiful and the lovely daughters of my lords present in this august gathering. The honorable members present in this august gathering. The honorable members